Hi guys, welcome to this jazz piano tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at the altered scale, and I'm going to be showing you how to construct the altered scale and some typical applications for it. So the altered scale is something that can be used for improvising over any kind of dominant seventh that has an altered fifth or an altered ninth. So either a sharp or a flat fifth, or a sharp or a flat ninth. So I'm going to show you a few different methods first for constructing an altered scale. So the first method is going to help understand what an altered scale actually is. So we're going to start by playing just a root position dominant seventh chord. In this case we're just playing a G7. And we're going to add in all the altered ninths and fifths. So we're going to add the flat 9 and the sharp 9. And then we're going to replace the fifth with the flat and fifth and the sharp and fifth. And that bunch of notes that we're now left with makes up an altered scale. So that would be G altered. So as you can see, it's a scale that runs through the root, major third and dominant seventh, and also includes both altered ninths and both altered fifths. And that really is why it works over any dominant seventh chord that has altered ninths and altered fifths. The second method is we can do it with intervals, so like whole steps and half steps. So in this case we can start on G and we go up half, whole, half, and then whole, 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 whole. So I'll do that once more. Starting on G, we go up half, whole, half, and then whole, 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 whole. So that's another method for working it out. And then lastly, it's also a mode of the melodic minor scale. I'm going to play you a A-flat melodic minor scale here. So that's A-flat melodic minor. And if we play the seventh mode of that scale, or in other words, the same notes but starting on G, which would be the seventh note of that scale, that also gives us G altered. So you can also think of it as the seventh mode of a melodic minor. So a few different methods for working out an altered scale in any key there. So I mentioned at the beginning that this is a scale that fits any kind of dominant seventh with altered fifths and ninths. So let's start with, here we're playing a G7 with a sharp and fifth in a rootless voicing. Let's listen to the altered scale over that chord. So you can hear that that scale fits that chord quite nicely, and also resolves very nicely back to the tonic, in this case a C major 7. So we'll add in a sharp and ninth as well now to that voicing. So here we have a G7 with sharp 9 and a sharp 5. And you can hear again that that scale fits that chord nicely. And it fits it because it literally goes through every note of the chord that we're playing in the left hand. So if we walk through that scale, we can see that it hits the B flat, which we have there, it hits the B, hits the E flat, and it also hits the F there. So that's with a sharp and ninth and a sharp and fifth. It works just as well with a flat and ninth and a flat and fifth, which we're playing there, again in a rootless voicing. So you can hear again there that that scale fits that chord nicely and resolves nicely back to the tonic. And this works for the same reason that this scale literally runs through every note of the chord that we're playing in our left hand there. So we can see it runs through the flat 9, the major third, and the flat and fifth, and the dominant seventh there. So the altered scale is a really useful one to know because it's a sort of one size fits all for any dominant seventh that has some kind of altered fifth or a ninth. It's not the only scale you can play over these altered chords. There are also two types of diminished scales and the whole tone scale. However, they're more specific to the exact alterations you're making with the left hand chord, so I'm going to be covering that in a separate video. But yeah, as I say, the altered scale kind of fits over whatever adjustments you make to the dominant seventh chord. So yeah, in my opinion, it's a really useful scale to know. So that's the altered scale. I hope you guys found that useful. Please let me know in the comments if you did, or if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask in the comments also. And thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.